What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new commentary video. As always, I want to say thank you so much for clicking on the video. It means a lot to me. And I just want to say really quickly, once again, there's a link to join our Discord in the description. There's also a link to submit any questions on the Google form, and that's what I'm reading today. So let's hop right into things. I had a crush on somebody in university, and I didn't know much about her, but luckily we ended up in the same project group. So I started to learn more about her. And after 3 months, I asked her friend if she was in a relationship. And her friend said yes. A week later, I confessed to her. She told me no and that she had a boyfriend, and for other reasons, no. She messaged me again to apologize later. I didn't stop there. I didn't get many opportunities to get to know her better. So I started asking other people about her. This led me to obsessing over her. And the more that I thought about her, the more I became fascinated. I talked about my life with her, and she engaged. But she never initiated any conversations herself. My obsession was so strong that sometimes I didn't even realize what I was saying. Not bad things, but things I wouldn't say now. I showed a lot of vulnerability, and I had a hard time talking to her due to my obsession. Overthinking, since I knew that she had a boyfriend, I started feeling guilty about interacting with her in a flirty way. Fast forward to the summer, and I got blocked by her. The next semester, I still couldn't stop thinking about her. So now, I texted her from another account. She was friendly. After a while, she unblocked me. She seemed more engaging and friendly. This time, I was in shock, wondering what had changed. We talked about many things once I asked her, hey, I want to talk to you face to face. This time in university. She said yes without knowing that the subject when the moment came. She was thinking that I was going to talk about my feelings again. But I was there to get advice from her because she had therapy sessions before. During our conversation, she shared that she had used pills in the past, which she didn't tell anyone else. And I told her that I didn't like who I had become and wanted to change. After 3 days without messaging her, she surprised me by reaching out. She asked about lessons, and we talked again for about an hour and a half. She mentioned that if she doesn't initiate talking more, to not give me false hope. She also said that she didn't have a boyfriend. I then asked if I wasn't her type or what she rejected me for. Then she said that I was her type, but she didn't really have feelings for me. After that, she said goodbye and didn't respond to my messages. Until the next day, I asked her if she was okay from last day talking. She replied that she felt bad about the previous conversation and told me not to talk to her anymore except about university related things. To summarize, after a lot of obsession, jealousy, and her request for more conversation beyond university, I took a break from university for a semester. I reached out to her for one last conversation, but she refused, and she was cold during these moments. I then told her that we were strangers now that she asked to block me on Telegram, which she did. During this time I was away from university, I focused on self-improvement. I changed many things about my look, my personality, my clothes, my thinking, and my perspective on life. I lost 15 kilograms, but after cutting contact with her, I gained the 15 kilograms back. We didn't talk again, though we saw each other in university a couple times, and I cut contact, and we also had some classes together. But I 2 times broke the silence. The first time, I sent her a happy birthday message, but she didn't respond. The second time, I sent her a thank you message for everything. I was texting better about myself and replied. Both moments was near cutting contact. 1 year after cutting contact, or 3 weeks ago, I noticed a few glances from her, but I wasn't sure if it was just my imagination. She was also nearby sitting in front of me. When I was talking to a friend during break, she had 20-minute time to see me talking to my friend, and when I walked past her that day, she saw me, looked at the ground, and briefly made a past glance at me and said hi in a very low voice and volume. Her voice showed some nervousness and don't know what to do. In the past, she smiled and said hi louder to me. I was shocked and I just shook my head, unsure if she noticed. A few more times we made brief eye contact. Also, one more time I walked past her and made eye contact but didn't say anything. Now I'm unsure about what I should do. I don't know if that hi means anything or if I'm overthinking things. It's been a few days and I'm still reflecting, but I'm not sure what the next move should be. All right, so that was a bit of a long one. And I'm gonna be very honest with you, brother. You're kind of a fucking creep and you should probably really cut contact with her. And this is part of my issue with what you talk about. And you talked about how you cut contact, but then you also were like, well, but I did send her a happy birthday message and I did send her a couple messages. Brother, She's made it clear more than once that she's not interested in you. And the only reason I'm saying it like this is because the reason why she gave you that little bit of a little glance or those small conversations is because you're freaking her the fuck out, brother. I see this major thing online and just in general where men are like, I want to be in a platonic relationship with this girl that I have feelings for. And that's great. And the girls are usually up for that. But that's not what most men really want. And what they think is that, oh, if I'm platonic, maybe eventually she'll catch feelings for me. I'm sorry to break the news, but she's probably not going to. And this isn't because she's some awful person or you're some awful person. It's just that she's not interested in you. And you need to learn that, is that she has made it clear to you on multiple occasions that she is not into you. And when somebody tells you that they're not into you, that means that you just need to give up. This isn't some fucking Disney movie where you're gonna end up getting the chick in the end. I'm really not trying to be that guy, but I'm sure that she's a great girl and I'm sure that you're a great guy, but you can't just be here, sending her messages and trying to get her attention, which you're clearly trying to do, and then be like, well, why doesn't she love me? Even though she told me she didn't like me to begin with. Brother, that's not going to work. So what I would really suggest to you is not only have her block you, which she already did, block her and don't make eye contact with her anymore. And I want you to go find somebody else. And I don't mean that you need to go find a relationship. What I mean is just go out to more social interactions, go out into more environments where you're going to meet some girls. And the reason why I say this is because it's been over, I'm trying to figure out the exact timeline here, but 2 years or something, and you're still thinking about this girl that really, at no interest, has been shown in her department. Pretty much the whole time, she's been pretty cold to you. And instead of taking the hint, you instead took it as, well, maybe I can win her over. And I don't care if that's how you're gonna tell me, oh, well, that's not how I was thinking. I can tell by your messages that that's exactly what you were trying to do. So simply just do what you asked and fully cut content. And I mean cut contact from you to her. Just get that out. And the truth is that at some point she may start feeling for you. But that does not mean that you should go after it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, I don't think that you should be wasting your time with somebody that didn't show interest in you in the first place. And I've talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I talked about how it really demonstrates that you are the safe choice for them. And I feel like you're gonna do that here if you just continue to go down the path and say, you know what, I'm gonna go with her because she likes me now, even though she made me the safe choice. You gotta have more respect than that. You gotta have some level of respect for yourself if you want it from others. I've talked about that a lot. And I really feel like in this case, you need to have respect for yourself by number one, cutting contact with her and just focusing on yourself or finding somebody new. And I really liked what you talked about here about how you worked on self-improvement, you lost some weight, you felt better about yourself. That's all great stuff, but you gained the weight back, but it happens to the best of us. But here's what I will tell you to do. I think that you should instead, I don't think you need to fix your physical appearance by the sound of it. I don't think your issue is your physical attraction. I think your major issue right now is your social interaction. So like I said, you're in a perfect spot right now. You're in university. Your college is hosting events daily doing shit. So just go to them, whether if it's an open mic night, whether if that's a performance, no matter what it is, just go. Just meet some people. Go to some events that some girls are going to be at. You can look at your campus's event page and figure out pretty quickly what events the girls are going to be at. If that's really what you want in life, then go for it. But I don't want you to chase after this one girl because you've wasted 2 years on her. 2 years of university. And university, I've talked about before, but I think high school and university is the perfect time to exactly figure out who you are, what values you want in a relationship, and what you're really looking for in a partner. But if you're focusing on one girl that hasn't dated you once, to me, it's a dangerous path. It's sort of incel behavior where you're obsessing over one girl that at no point has really showed any interest because, you talked about how she let you talk about your feelings, how she was there for you when you're having a tough time, all this great stuff. But the thing is that she was doing it because she's nice. She's clearly a really nice person. you know, I think that in general, men are really bad at recognizing the difference between somebody that's being nice and somebody that's like actually interested in you. You know, there's that joke about like the bartender is not hitting on you, that's her job, right? Like that's sort of what you're doing right now, is that you're hitting on the person that's really nice to you, but you're hitting on them because they're nice to you. So really, that's what I would really recommend, is look for some new social interaction opportunities around campus and just cut contact with this girl. And I think it's better for both of you, because you are not helping the situation and she's not either, because she is somebody that she's clearly an optimist and she's clearly a people pleaser, and that's great. I'm an optimist and I'm a people pleaser, but just because you're sort of exploiting that. So I really want you to be careful. I really want you to take a step back and just kind of look at that and, you know, just tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna find somebody nice. I'm gonna find myself a nice girl. Once again, university is the perfect time to do that. So that's really, really what I want you to do. That hey probably means fuck all, okay? And that's not to be mean to you. It's just the truth. She didn't say hey because she's like, oh, I'm really thinking about that guy. Like, okay, she noticed that you were staring at her, and then she was like, hi, I should at least say hi to him, because once again, she's clearly the people pleaser in this relationship. So, but that's really what I would recommend for you, man. But once again, I just want to say thank you for submitting in your question. It was a long one today, but I felt like it was an important one. As always, I want to say thank you guys for watching the video today. And once again, there's a link to join our Discord in the description. There's also a link to submit questions on an anonymous Google form if you are interested. But anyways, thank you guys so much for making it this far in the video, and I hope to see you in the next video. So yeah, see you guys. Peace.